Hello to my fellow information professionals at the Conference on Public Information Resources. My name is Abigail Gurvich, and today I am presenting on the information-seeking behaviors of young adults and adolescents, making information accessible. In this presentation, I will be discussing the information-seeking behaviors of young adults and adolescents, the challenges that they face that act as barriers to information seeking, and ways that information professionals can assist. I will include descriptions of Marcia Bates's berry-picking information model and Brenda Dervin's sense-making theory to provide a greater understanding of the information behaviors of this user demographic. Following this, I will discuss strategies to make information seeking easier for this group, as well as points that information professionals need to keep in mind when working with this user demographic. The information-seeking behaviors of young adults and adolescents can be used for a variety of reasons, both formal and informal. For formal information-seeking purposes, such as research for school or into a new college that they are interested in attending, the information-seeking behaviors follow a more rigid structure, and the users are more likely to seek out professional sources that they know are trustworthy, sources such as known experts in the fields, or resources such as newspapers and websites that have been around for a long time and are known to be trustworthy. For more informal research purposes, such as pursuing a new hobby or following an interesting topic, the users are more willing to try unusual information sources, such as seeking out their peers or experimenting with the resources that they have available in coming to their own conclusions. Whatever the purpose of their information seeking, young adults and adolescents will display the behaviors described in Marcia Bates's berry-picking information model and Brenda Dervin's sense-making theory. Following along with the berry-picking model, they will gather information from many sources and put it all together to answer the question that they were researching. In following with the sense-making theory, they will be connecting the new knowledge and information that they acquire to knowledge that they already possess, building on it and encouraging it to grow. Now, whatever the purpose of their information seeking, young adults and adolescents will encounter obstacles. Most of these obstacles will be the result of their ages. Young adults and adolescents are, by definition, on the younger side. Their information access is largely controlled by the authority figures in their lives, such as their guardians or teachers or experts in the field that they have been consulting with. These authority figures influence the information that the young adults and adolescents users have access to, and are even able to prevent them from accessing certain information through censorship. They're able to restrict the young adult and information access to information to only information that aligns with viewpoints that they have, preventing the young adult and adolescent users from forming their own opinions or seeing what opinions other people possess. Young adults and adolescents do not always have the ability to get around this censorship on their own, and so their information-seeking behaviors are limited as a result. In addition to their information being restricted by the authority figures in their lives, young adults and adolescents are lacking in experience and prior knowledge due to their young ages, which has an impact on their search strategies. Following with Dervin's sense-making theory, young adults and adolescents connect new knowledge to existing knowledge. But if they lack experience, that means they lack existing knowledge, and it is more difficult for them to connect to new knowledge that they acquire, as they don't have knowledge to connect it to. Now, the best way to improve the information-seeking behaviors of young adults and adolescents is to make information more accessible. This can be done through public and easy-to-access spaces such as public libraries, which already have a lack of restrictions and censorship on publicly available information, and have information professionals available to assist and answer questions in the form of librarians. Programs can be set up in these public spaces where information professionals can educate young adults and adolescents on the resources available to them so that they can develop stronger information-seeking behaviors that they can use on their own at later dates. More informal programs can also be offered as well through these public spaces as well, such as simple designated times where information professionals are on hand to answer questions, similar to office hours in colleges, but with public information professionals instead of professors. The more information that the users acquire through programs such as these, the better they will be able to make use of their resources, and the stronger their information-seeking behaviors will become. This will allow them to seek out information easier in the future, for whatever purpose they will seek out the information for. Now, when working with the young adults and adolescent user group, it is important for information professionals to keep certain things in mind. One of the main things that information professionals need to keep in mind when working with this user group is that they themselves can be seen as authority figures, and that they do have an influence on the young adult and adolescent users that they work with. They need to be aware of this so that they can be careful in how they interact with this user group, and so that they can know when to take a step back and limit their influence as required. The purpose of information professionals working with young adults and adolescents is to assist and support them as they develop information-seeking behaviors on their own, not control them or influence what information they have access to. Young adults and adolescents deserve to draw their own conclusions and form their own viewpoints on topics through research that they conduct and through information that they acquire. Additionally, young adults and adolescents are experts in being young adults and adolescents. No one knows what their life is like, not even information professionals. No one knows what questions that they are seeking out answers for, or what they will do with the answers once they have them. For this purpose, information needs to be made accessible to this user group so that they may pursue these answers to their questions on their own and develop their own viewpoints in according to the research that they conduct. This is why public information spaces such as libraries are so important, and why it is important to encourage young adults and adolescents to take advantage of these public spaces and the resources that they offer, so that they can develop stronger information-seeking behaviors that will serve them well in the future. These things need to be kept in mind by information professionals working with this user group, and they need to be kept in mind by people who make these information spaces accessible to the young adults and adolescents. Thank you.